Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Yeah, man, my brother was now suited and booted, man. Had on the bow tie and everything, man. Say he's Muslim, you know, and I'm like, man, what in the world? Yeah, yes, you heard me right. This same dude went from gangster to gay to now he a Muslim. This is a chameleon. This is a real life chameleon. And I'm talking about he walking around passing out pamphlets, you know, he talking to dudes about becoming a Muslim. He preaching every time you talk to him. He creased down with his pants. He got his shoes shine. And that's how he living. You know, that's how he living. I'm like, man, this is like unbelievable. You know, but like I said, other people had already known, so other people was already saying that, you know, they seen it before. But the majority of the people had not seen it before because they like, ain't this the same dude that was just, yeah, you know. So, man, that just blew my mind, man. I was just in awe about the whole situation. I ain't know what was going on, you know. He won't in my block no more, but he was in the block next door. So you see him every time you go out because now he always out there. He always walking around. He got books up on his arm. You see him walking up and down the boulevard going back and forth to programs and everything. He suited and he booted. You know, now see, when it comes to that, as far as the religion and everything, especially I know about the Muslims, I'm not going to proclaim to know everything about them because I do not, but I do know that they always going to give you a second chance. They always going to give you a chance to get your life right, especially if you confess that that's what you want to be. They're going to work with you. They look at it as whatever you did in your past is your past right now. If you rolling with them, this is what you rolling by. But they also going to require you to follow all of their rules and regulations. You know, and there's a lot of them, you know. He can't be involved in no type of homosexuality. He can't be smoking. He can't be drinking. He can't be gambling. He can't be cursing. He can't be doing none of that type of stuff if you're going to be a part of this organization. So that's something that they probably done worked out, you know, between themselves. But they definitely had accepted. He definitely was representing. And like I say, one thing I will say about him that I learned over the years is whatever he do, be it this, that, or the third, that's what he gonna be doing at that time. He ain't gonna be faking. He gonna be doing that. Just like when he was acting like a gangster, he will put that work in. He'll fight. He'll pick the Bethlehem up. You know what I'm saying? He gonna enforce his rules. He gonna come see you if you owe him some money in the store box. He gonna come see you if you don't pay the poker money. You know what I'm saying? He, like I said, he had been known to smack dudes. He had been known to punch dudes in the face. He been known to do all of that. Just like when he got into his, you know, his homosexuality, he ain't faking. He walking around with the little girly clothes on. He talking like a girl. He switching. He, you know, walking around with homosexuals. This is the lifestyle that he living. But at the same time, now that he's on this type of tip, he's on the Muslim type of tip, that's the lifestyle he living. He preaching the Muslim stuff every day. He trying to recruit other people. He passing out literature. He's going to programs. He living it, you know. So that's why I say this is a real life chameleon, man. You would see him there, he doing this, and you see him months later, he doing that. You see him years later, he doing something totally different. You see what I'm saying? So when he came out, that's what he was on. You know, I don't know what happened to the tall dude. I ain't even never see him no more. I did see him later on, years later, on another compound. But as far as on that compound, I never saw him again. So I don't know if he got moved down to the other building or did whatever he did. But when I saw him years later, he was still on sex. You know what I'm saying? But, man, Spoon was something else, man. He was something else, man. He was something like I had never seen before. He just was, I don't know, man. The best word that I could come up with is the chameleon. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, he changed, man. He was always changing. He was always doing something different, man. And whatever he was doing, like I say, he was representing that at that time. And he just was different, man. Really different, man. I remember talking to my celly about it, and we was like tripping, man. We was, because like I say, we young. And we tripping off of, man, you know, man, did you see Spoon, man? Yeah, I seen him, man. He out there passing out pamphlets and everything. And he would tell dudes, did he might have prior had run-ins with or prior had a beef with, like, fights or arguments over money or something, and he run into him or whatever, he, say his greetings or whatever, and then, give him a pamphlet and tell him, man, he apologized for any type of strife or heartache or pain or disagreements that he brought to your life. You know what I'm saying? He on a new path now. He enlightened, and this is how he living, and he forgive all transgressions and all of this, man. It was just like, it was just, I was in bewilderment, man. I ain't know what to say, man. I remember he spoke to me. I seen him out on the yard, tried to give me a pamphlet, man. I took the pamphlet and everything, asked me if I ever want to talk to him, about, Islam or whatever. He'll sit there and have a conversation with me, man, because, he think everybody should, resort to Islam, it's the father of all religions and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, man, okay, brother, what I'm saying? Have a nice day, man. Appreciate you, blah, 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 you know what I'm saying? Because, like I say, it was still mind-boggling to me because every time I seen him, I seen him gangster. I seen him, gay. And now I'm seeing you this. So all of those images pop up in my head when he right in front of me, or whenever I see him, those images flash up in my head that, man, this the same dude. You know what I'm saying? This the same exact dude, man. And, like I say, it's mind-boggling to me, man. It was just something that I just wasn't used to. But, hey, that's penitentiary, man. Like I say, you can never expect anything in the penitentiary. If you expect something, you're going to be late. And as I told y'all before in previous videos, that is the number one way to sadness, number one way to disappointment, number one way to being upset is unmet expectations. So you don't put that many expectations on people, especially don't put expectations on people because you can't judge people and you can't determine what somebody going to do. You can only go based upon your dealings with them, based upon your relationship with them, based upon your friendship with them, whether or not you can think that they would do this and think that they would do that. But we both know if we lived any amount of time that normally you can never predict what anybody could do. You can only assume that what they would do from your experiences with them. And more times than often when they do something that's outside of that, you might be a little shocked or you might be a little like, I ain't expect that out of them. But they'll do it. They're not going to ever do everything that you think they're going to do because that's just not reality. You know what I'm saying? That's not life. So I was learning, man, that, everything ain't what it seems. Most definitely, everything is definitely not what it seems, man. And, in penitentiary, everything was changing, man, right in front of your eyes at all times. Not so much like that, but things was always changing. The atmosphere was changing. The pod was changing. The inmates was changing. The convicts was changing. The COs was changing, But one thing remained the same and one thing remained constant is that you was locked up. You was without your freedom. You was under rules and regulations. You was under constant pressure. That would never change. That's going to be an everyday life in prison for everybody all around the globe that's locked up, that's incarcerated. That's something that you're going to have to deal with. So you're going to have to learn how to compartmentalize all these things, deal with all the different things that you have to deal with all the different interchangeable parts and all of this to survive in prison, man. And it is a job. It is a daily job. It is a hard job. You know what I'm saying? Your stress level will be up so high that, like I said, it's going to take a lot of time for you to adjust to probably get to a where you can feel like, well, this is how I'm going to do it. This is how I'm going to deal with it. This is how I'm going to handle this type of stress level. I'm going to keep it at this because I know how to deal with it. But when you don't, man, you just be looking at those different things that's moving around you and it can overwhelm you. And that's why a lot of dudes come to prison, man, they get overwhelmed, man, because they seeing things that they never seen before. They seeing dudes, hurt each other, man, on a new level. They seeing, the police abuse you. They seeing the police talk to you and treat you like you, subhuman, and they saying it ain't no love in the penitentiary. Like I tell y'all all the time, it's a hate factor. That's when dudes start second guessing their choices on the street. But by then it's too late. This is why I always preach, man, make good decisions, man. Be smart, be safe, make good decisions. Because once you reach the point where you already in the penitentiary, you already locked up, you already have a sentence to do, all of that is out the window. These are the times when you out here on the street that you need to think about your choices, that you need to think about the things that you're doing. Because once you get right there, you have already crossed the line. You have already crossed over. You know, and it ain't no help coming from you. Even the people that want to help you, they're not going to be able to get you out of that situation. They're not going to be able to help you to with the help that you need. And that's handling what you're going through day by day by day. That's, you know, and I've known people that's been locked up for, you know, that I sincerely and truly believe. You can't say you can't never say you always know, but I sincerely believe that they was innocent, that they didn't even do the crimes that they did. You know, and some people I believe that 100%. You know, but at the same time, it couldn't get them out of that situation. You know, it couldn't get them out of that situation because once you go in there and you've been convicted and you in prison, man, they tell you that's one of the hardest things to do. You know, and that's why you hear it so few and so often. I mean, so few and not as often about somebody getting out after they was wrongfully convicted. And usually when you do hear it, they getting out 30 years later, 40 years later, 25 years later. Man, your life has already been ruined to the point where you've lost so much time that you'll never be able to get it back for something that you was not even responsible for. So like I said, man, when you out here, you gotta take all that in consideration with the way you move, the people you interact with, the people that, you know, that come into your life, man. Because if they don't mean you no good, trust and believe me, when you get behind that wall, they gonna mean you even less good. And you gonna be all alone in all of these things you gonna have to deal with, man. I look back over the 33 years that I was in there, man, and like I said, I seen so many things and went through so much stuff, man, that I'm lucky to be out here. I'm lucky to be alive, dealing with the things that I had to deal with. You know, I've been in a lot of deadly situations. I've been in a lot of, you know, violent situations that could have easily ended my life, and I could have never even seen the streets. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the life of doing time. That's just it. You got to deal with it. It ain't no other way to do it. It ain't no other way out of it. So, man, yeah, man. So I just remember just seeing him, man. And I think I remember the rest of the time that I was there, the rest of my entire stay on Augusta during that time. That's what he was into at that time. He was still in the Muslim mode. You know what I'm saying? He was still preaching. He was still passing out pamphlets, still going to programs, still, you know what I'm saying, upholding that image. That's what he was, you know, and that's what all he was going to claim. If you even try to talk to him about anything else, about his past life or past things that he was doing, he would say, that's the past, man. I don't even want to talk about that no more. That's over with. This is who I am, brother. This is what I represent. If you want to talk about this, if you want to talk about Islam, if you want to talk about Allah, then we can have a conversation. Anything else you want to talk about is off the table. I don't even indulge in that no more. That's over. That's past life, you know. So he meant what he was saying, you know, and to him, I guess that was his life. Whatever he believed in his head is who he thought he was. And in actuality, that is who you are, whoever you believe you are in your head. Irregardless or regardless to what other people think, he was representing what he thought to be true, right, and exact. So that's what he represented, man. And at this time, it just happened to be Islam. But man, it's just a crazy, crazy situation, man. And like I say, it happens in penitentiary more often than not, you know. And most people don't even have to go through that extreme. You can see somebody today, and you see them next week or next month or 2 years later, and they can be totally sane and coherent, and you run into them and they can't even complete a sentence. They don't know what's going on. They don't even know the time of day. They don't even know what they locked up for. They don't even know, you know what I'm saying, how they got here. They just talking and babbling, and you like, is this the same dude? But it is. But that time and that pressure and the things that they had to go to then got to them. You know what I'm saying? And they couldn't handle it, and they couldn't do it. You know, so that's just a part of doing time, man. And that's why I tell you, young fellas, if you are free, trust me, you winning. Yeah, young fellas, if you out here, man, and you in the game, man, you winning, man. And the game is freedom, man. If you in the game, you winning, man. You winning. You a starter. You understand me? Yeah, you are winning, man. Don't submit that to nobody, man. Don't give that up for nobody. You got to keep on pushing, man. You got to go hard, no matter what it is. You know, no matter what the odds is, man. You got to stay out here on these streets, man. Because like I'm telling you, in there, it's lose-lose, man. All the way around the board. There ain't no wins in there. Ain't no winners in there. It's all lose, lose, lose. You know, and everybody in there trying to get out. Everybody in there trying to trade places with you. Everybody. You understand me? Trust me, I know. You understand me? So yeah, you just got to keep on pushing, man. Like I say, These type of things happen in prison every day, man. I learned that years and years and years and years went off. I started seeing these things more often. I started seeing things that was just normal to me. It become, normal after you've been around it for so long. Don't even shock you no more. Things that would shock the normal person out here in the free world is normal activity in there. And you don't even want to adapt to that. You don't even want to become desensitized to, craziness. You don't want to become desensitized to, violence. You don't want to become desensitized to, abnormal stuff. You want to be, just like everybody else, man. You see something that looks so shocking and something so crazy, you're like, what in the world? But you become desensitized as you go on and on during time, and you see so much of it. And you also become desensitized to people treating you subhuman. You kind of expect that when you've been in there so long, and you should not expect that. You should expect to be treated human. You should expect to be treated with respect. You should expect to be treated like everybody else, given a fair shake. But, when you in prison, man, that's not going to be the case, man. So, yeah, stay free, young fella. Stay free. Yeah, man, but far as Teaspoon went, man, I like I said, I didn't see him no more. When I did run into him again on a whole nother institution, and like I said, man, the chameleon that he was, man, when I ran into him on a whole nother institution, man, he was not Muslim no more. He was actually Christian. He was actually Christian, man. And he was preaching the Bible. He was toting the Bible. He was reading the Bible. He was going to church two times a week. He sat in the pod and read the Bible. He had Bible study with other dudes. You know what I'm saying? And this was his life. This was his life, man. You know what I'm saying? I stopped trying to understand him. I stopped trying to even, look at him and try to figure it wasn't even my place. This is who he was. And this was years later. So by this time, I had seen so much other stuff and been through so much other stuff that it wasn't even shocking to me. When I seen him and saw what he was doing, okay, that's Teaspoon. Desensitized. You see what I'm saying? Time had done that. Experience had done that to me, But that's what it was. I heard later on, can't confirm or deny that they had took him to, because I hadn't seen him for a minute. And I heard that they had took him to like a local jail or something because he had to face some more charges or something. And I heard he escaped from the local jail. When he was there, he had, the chameleon man, the con man, he escaped and was gone, to my understanding, for black boats, 15 to 17, something like that, months, before they caught him again. Brought him back, what I'm saying, locked him back up, gave him a little time for whatever, the escape charge or whatever, which that don't even occur a lot of time, which is a whole nother story within itself, how people be locked up and they had all these, they was so gangster and got all these gangster, but I'd do anything for my dude, you ain't coming to get it? Well, I ain't, nah, and you can't even get no more than 4 or 5 years for that. I think 5 at maximum, but they don't do that. But they'll say, y'all, I die for y'all. You won't come get me about this hellhole. You know what I'm saying? But that's another story, man, for another day. But yeah, man, I heard that that's what he had did, and they had caught him, brought him back or whatever. So I don't even know to this day whether he's still locked up or not. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But like everybody else, I wish him well. I don't wish nobody no ill will. But I do know for a fact, man, like I say, he was a character, man. He was a wild one, and like I say, it was a process in my learning experience doing time, running into guys like him, and seeing what I seen in him and what I seen him do and the way he did his bit, and everybody do their time different ways, man. Everybody cope with what they have to cope with different ways. His way was his way, and I long ago stopped judging people because that's not my place. It's not my place to judge people, man. Let people do what they do, live and let live. Whatever he got to do to get through, to cope with what he going through, that's on him and everybody else. I had to deal with my own problems. I had to deal with my own issues, my own sadness, my own disappointment, my own, grief, and my own misery from the position that I put myself in, the position that I put my family in, so I had to deal with that. And at the same time, had to try to survive in this, dangerous environment. So, you can't focus on nobody else. You see things around you, you process it, and see that might be part of my memory, because I seen so many things and inventoried it in my mind because I couldn't deal with it at the time because I had to deal with me and my issues, So that's probably why I can recall all of these things, because, everything that the brain intakes, it stays in there. You just got to go find it. So if you've seen it, read it, experienced it, it's up there somewhere. It's up there somewhere. So like I said, that's a part too of these 33 years of prison stories, man. I've seen a lot and I've witnessed a lot, and it's in my brain somewhere, and all I got to do is just, recall it. And most of the time that comes out doing conversation, having conversations with people in my everyday life, and something come up and I'll be like, boom, okay, I remember, or I remember that, or I remember this when that happened. That's how I give y'all these stories, by, just sheer memory. I never write anything down or have a script or a way that I'm gonna tell the story. I sit down here and cut this camera on, and I start thinking about the person or the situation that I want to talk about. And as I'm talking, it comes out, and hopefully it comes out in a way where y'all can understand it. Hopefully it comes out in a way where y'all can follow the story, because that's all I do, and it's just a part of my life. It's a part of what I went through. It's a part of my growing up, because I actually grew up in prison. I didn't have the opportunity to grow up out here. Well, I take that back. I did have the opportunity to grow up out here. I didn't take advantage of the opportunity. I was immature, I was uneducated, and I was misinformed. And that's part of the reason why I do these videos, so these young people won't be, miseducated, immature and misinformed. They need to know these things. They need to know that their life is precious, man, when you out here. And even if you're going through something, you need to realize you're going to get through it. But it's going to be way easier to get through it out here than it would be on the other side, man. And that's just reality. That's facts all day long. So, man, yeah, man, T-Spoon on the way he had. Far as T-Bone, like I say, he's out now. He's doing well. You know what I'm saying? As I told y'all before, Chucky is out. These were some of the people I named in this video. Chucky is out doing well. He had a little battle, a little rumble with colon cancer. But as I told y'all, he was always a fighter, always a winner, a strong dude. He whooped that just like he whooped almost every opponent he had in prison. So, yeah, salute to him, man. Salute to T-Bone, man. I hope they doing well. And salute to T-Spoon, man. I hope he doing well wherever he at. And, got his life on track and doing what he want to do, whatever that may be. But I most definitely had to tell y'all this story, man, about the Chameleon, man, because that's what I used to call him secretly to myself. I used to say, man, this dude is a chameleon, man, because he changed and changed and changed and changed, man. So that's what I called him, man. And I think it's a fitting name for him, because I seen a lot of things. I seen a lot of people do a lot of different things, but I never seen anybody that I can recall at this time to just transform. And ain't no telling what he might be today. It ain't no telling who he might be today. You see what I'm saying? So I have no idea, man. I have no idea. It's just it's mind-boggling. But like I said, this is prison, man. And I just wanted to share that with y'all. And we got, more stories to come, man. More 33 years of prison stories. It don't stop. The train gonna keep on rolling as long as y'all are listening. You understand me? And I don't know right now if all of y'all are still listening. We've been stuck in these 50s for a minute, man. We need to get these numbers up, man. We need to get these subs up. We need to get these videos, with more views so we can reach more people. We need to hit that, man. It seems like lately my numbers been dipping, so I don't know if y'all getting tired of me. Just let me know. I'll take a break for a while, and come back with even some more stories. But just let me know, because I don't want y'all to get burnt out. I don't want y'all to get bored. I want y'all to take these lessons, man, and take these blessings and pass them on, man. Spread them around. like I always say, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and let him tell his friend, man, about this movement we got going on over here. We trying to change some lives, save some lives, and spread this positive energy all over. That's what we trying to do. That's the goal over here on TBP. So if you with me, man, help me, help me help them. Let's do it together. I can't do it without y'all, man. So get some people, man, that you know that need this good positive energy, man, and tell them to come over here and hit that sub button. Tell them to leave a comment. Tell them to leave a like. And tell them to go tell somebody else about it so they can join on, man. Each one teach one. Spread the message, man. Pay it forward. We just spread the message everywhere we can spread it. And before you know about it, man, everybody be talking about this positive energy, man. And that would be a beautiful thing, because the world is filled with enough negativity that we don't need it, man. We trying to feed the positive and starve the negative over here, man. So that's what I want to do. That's our goal. Like I said, I appreciate everybody been rocking with me. More interviews to come, man, with conversations with convicts. Check out the Rick Ross interview. That was last night. And when I say Rick Ross, I mean Freeway Ricky Ross. Freeway, the real Rick Ross. We had a good conversation, man. He's a good brother. He's a very brilliant, intelligent brother that can teach everybody something. Trust me. Trust me. We got the good conversations with convicts with Fresh Porter. If y'all ain't seen that, y'all go check that out. From penitentiary to being on some of the biggest rap stages with some of the biggest rappers in the world. We got some more to come, man. I got some more little young dudes out there doing their thing. There was also in the belly of the beast that's going to come chop it up with me. And we're going to keep it rolling, man. We got that one up there with CC. CC the Great. She taking YouTube by storm. She's almost past me in subs. She's been on there for almost 4 months, going on 4 months. She got over 40-some thousand subs, So she has a great following, man. Salute to her right now. She the queen of that YouTube on the female side, but we gonna keep that positive energy flowing, man, and we need to get that same energy and put it up in here, and we need to move forward, man, and keep on growing and growing and growing, man. I appreciate y'all. Like I say, y'all stay tuned. More to come. Y'all be safe out there. Be smart. Make good decisions, man. And I'm gonna be right back with you in a minute. If you want me to, just let me know. Talk to me. I talk back. You understand me? Holler at me if you hear me. Y'all be safe out there. Peace and love, man. And y'all know duck that hook. Boom, 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 boom.
The Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure delicious.
Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.